And the fans, well, they came out for both Colorado teams.
And the dance team heads to nationals coming up on CU Sports Mag.
Welcome to CU Sports Mag, everybody. I'm Andrew Tomasini, sitting alongside Sam Holt. And Sam, we had lots of basketball action this week.
Certainly a lot of basketball action. It was every day.
Absolutely. And the first one we'll take a look at is the women's basketball. The women's basketball team dropped their sixth straight game against the Oklahoma Sooners last Saturday. The Buffs weren't able to overcome the home team's early 11-point run. Losing 65-55 with the loss, the Buffs dropped to 12-11 overall and 2-8 in the Big 12. The Buffs weren't helping anyone but the Sooners as they turned it over 26 times in the contest. Yet amidst all the disappointment, junior forward Brittany Sears stood out with a season-high 28 points. The Buffs will charge east to face off against rivals Nebraska at noon on Saturday. And after that, the Buffs took on KU and, well, we should take a look at those highlights, shouldn't we?
Yes, we should.
Looking pretty in pink here, the Buffs acknowledging the fight against breast cancer, trying to get a win that evening. And, well, Ray Codio working Chucky Jeffrey, dumps it down low to Carolyn Davis. She dominates in the low post. First half action here, Codio missing the three, but Davis again washing the board. She had 9 of those on the evening. Adding insult to injury, Courtney Dunn, careless mistake here. Monica Engelman drives, but Chucky Jeffries comes out of nowhere, clearly wore her ankle weights in high school, blocking the bid for 2. KU's version of Pistol Pete Maravich, Monica Engelman, skipped past to Sadie Morris, drains the 3. Engelman had 6 helpers on the evening for the Jayhawks, and, well, the Chuckster giving it her all off the dribble here. The Buffs playing Katie by the door, count that, as the Buffs keep it close at the half, but Chip looks like he's enjoying himself.
And supporting breast cancer awareness today. Monica Engelman passes to Sadie Morris, hits 3 of her 18 for the evening, looking very strong there. Chucky Jeffrey makes it look easy as she dumps it off down left to Courtney Dunn, who makes the point. Bringing up the ball is Brittany Spears. She makes a swish from the wing, trying to get the Buffs back in the game. Point guard Bianca Smith, looking to drive here, works the Kansas defense, but forward Aisha Sutherland fasts it away, gives a souvenir to the crowd. With the Buffs still down, Chucky Jeffrey makes the assist to Courtney Dunn, who sinks it. Chucky Jeffrey tears up the court here in a last-ditch effort to get CU back in the game, but the last layup wasn't enough despite Jeffrey's best efforts. Kansas goes on to win 79-72. CU Jeffrey, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Spears, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. Davis from KU, 28 points and 9 rebounds. And Morris from KU, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists.
I was hoping we would get something out of our bench. I mean, when, the last 3 games we had struggled to get off to a great start. And when we needed scoring, we went to our bench, which was Bianca. And tonight we got off to a good start, but we just didn't get any production off of our bench. I like the balance in the 5. We haven't had that type of balance. So if it means it's not coming from our bench, I'll take that balance.
It was a tale of 2 halves this past Saturday when the men's basketball team lost at Kansas State 68-51. Colorado, down by only 2 at halftime, fell victim to a 29-12 run to begin the second half and never recovered. The Buffs were plagued by turnovers, committing a season-high 22, which led to 26 Wildcat points. Corey Higgins and Alec Burks led the Buffs with 21 and 17 points, respectively, while the next highest scorer had a paltry 4 points. The loss extended Colorado's road losing streak to 34 games in the Big 12 and 26 against Division I opponents.
Well, after that loss, Colorado looked to rebound Wednesday night versus Oklahoma, and that was a tough one right there, Sam.
It certainly was a tough one.
And we also had to make sure that Marcus Relford was healthy to play, so let's see if he was in those highlights there. And here's Relford before the game, working his knee. He should be good to go. And, well, Alec Burks, he brought his swagger. Opening minutes here, Corey Higgins with the steal, driving to the basket with the assist from the glass. draw first blood early, 2 of 16 points off turnovers for CU. While Cade Davis, Oklahoma native, plays copycat off the Ralford turnover and helps Austin Falk show face in the foul column. And one, he'd hit the freebie, but Default gets redemption here for the Buffs. And, well, after that, the CU Express distraction for OU, maybe, but Nate Tomlinson joins the party here for the Buffs, assertive and efficient from behind the arc. Nate had 13, but Big 12 Freshman of the Year, I'm calling it here first. Splash. Where's the bikinis? Burks accepts the invite, but late in the first half, OU's Andrew Fitzgerald, where have you been, rises over Higgins, Buffs up 3 at the half.
Oklahoma and Cade Davis waste no time scoring 30 seconds in the half, cutting the lead to 1. Junior Marcus Ralford goes up for the two-hand slam for the Buffs. Oklahoma's Tony Crocker sinks a quick jump. Corey Higgins next pushes it here to Alec Burks, and Alec takes care of the rest. Check out this replay of that play. Look at him sink it, and is also helped up by his teammate. Oklahoma hanging tough though, and Ryan Wright slams it home for the Sooners. Nate Tomlinson coming up next with the drive, making it look easy with a strong right-handed layup. Knutson to Default, blocked away by Tiny Gallon. Coach Jeff Capel trying valiantly to encourage his players, but fortunately for CU, without success. Ralford comes up with a steal and passes to Higgins, and CU is very happy overall. Poor passing by Oklahoma here, but the crowd is loving their mistake. Next up, Corey Higgins will seal the deal, and the Buffs will win 77-67.
And
they ended with stats: Marcus Ralford, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Alex Burks, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. For OU, T. Mason Griffin, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And Warren OU, 19 points, 2 assists. And we'll go to Coach Bustelic for the post-game wrap-up.
When I say this was a rock-solid team win, I include the student body as well. I say that because from a basketball standpoint, we had 4 players in double digits. Dwight Thorne was 1 point away from being the 5th player. We had 19 assists, only 7 turnovers. We shot 50%, 19 assists out of 28 baskets. Everybody contributed from a defensive rebounding standpoint as well, and we were able to stay even on the boards with them. We really wanted to push the ball and create a very quick tempo against Oklahoma.
Last Saturday, the CU men's club hockey team took on the Arizona Ice Cats at the CU Rec Center. Goalie Kevin Latinsky stopped 31 shots, leading the Buffs to a 5-0 victory. Latinsky now has 5 shutouts this season, a new single-season record for him. Sophomore Eric Seufert led the way for the Buffs with 2 goals, while A.J. Collar, J.P. Park, and Scott Poitenoy also found the back of the net for CU. They have one more game this season on Saturday against Northern Colorado in Greeley. And, well, coming up, we're going to scope out some women's tennis highlights, Sam.
And I caught up with the Buff Gold dance team as they headed to nationals. Stay tuned.
Oregon gave the tennis team some momentum as they blew away the Lobos of New Mexico 7-0 on Sunday. This is the 4th match this season in which the Buffs have won the doubles point and then won the match, demonstrating their consistency in play. Monica Maluski scored her 80th career singles win, becoming the 8th woman in CU history to achieve this feat. The Buffs' record currently stands at 5-3 overall, but they will not face a Big 12 opponent until they take on Nebraska March 12th. The women's tennis team swept Oregon last Saturday 7-0 after winning the doubles point. The Buffs took all singles matches, marking their first win against the Ducks since 2003. The first 7-0 shutout since last season's match against Kansas State. Camila Blasi and Melissa Esposito dominated the double slots at the number 1 position, and Anna Auschwitz and Monica Maluski took number 2. Maluski, Esposito, and Blasi also led the team in singles points, while the 3 freshmen took the number 4, 5, and 6 spots.
Here at SportsMag, we are always trying to find out about lesser-known sports at CU. I caught up with the Buff Gold dance team before their trip to nationals to find out what motivated these girls. The Buff Gold dance team isn't only competing for nationals, they also participate in many events around campus as well as fundraising activities. You're coach of the Buff Gold dance team. What kind of inspires you as a team?
The girls, the dancers, they're so much fun. It's fun to perform. Nationals is insane. It's really inspirational. So
You're one of the captains on the dance team. What are your hopes for nationals?
I just hope we get out there and have as much fun as possible and hopefully make finals. That's our biggest goal.
we're going to kick butt. I already know it.
It's a new experience for me, and I'm hoping that, I get to just experience the whole college thing.
So have you gone to nationals before?
Yeah, it'll be like the third year, I think, because 1 year we didn't go. But, we've been to Daytona. They have nationals there. We've been to Las Vegas, and then this year it was moved to Anaheim, California.
So what inspires you to dance?
Well, I've been dancing since I was really little, and it's just something I have a passion for, and I never really gave up on it, so.
And why'd you join the Buff Gold dance team?
Well, I just thought it was a really good opportunity to do what I love and also, commit to school. It's just a really good balance of everything, so, yeah.
So what else does the CU Buff Gold dance team do around campus?
We do a lot of fundraising around campus, and we try to do as many promotional activities as we can and get some basketball games.
Clearly the hard work is paid off for the Buff Gold dance team. You can see them again at the Coors Events Center March 3rd when they perform at halftime for the basketball game. I'm Samantha Holt, CU Sports Mag. The track and field teams dispersed all over the country for 3 different meets last weekend. The Buffs competed with great performances in Washington, Iowa, and at the Air Force Invitational in Colorado Springs. In Washington, some of the nation's top distance runners came to compete, and that included the Buffs' Richard Medina, Aldo Vega, and Laura Thweatt, all picked up NCAA provisional times in the 5,000-meter run. Steve Kasicka added another qualifying time in the 800-meter run with a time of 1 minute and 50 seconds. This mark makes him the 4th fastest CU performer in the event at Ames, Iowa. The Buffs came away with a pair of 9th place finishes in the 600-meter run, and back at home at the Air Force Invitational, Breon Bleemer placed 4th in the 400-meter run with a time of 56.92. Buffs also ranked high in high jump and the 800-meter run. Colorado will have one more tune-up on February 20th in Golden before the Big 12 Indoor Championships in Iowa.
As we've already shown you, the men's basketball team had an impressive victory over Big 12 opponent Oklahoma. One of the star players of that game was junior guard Corey Higgins. He scored 18 points and led the Buffs to the stirring victory. For his hard work and great performance, Corey Higgins is our Athlete of the Week.
I think it was just being aggressive. A lot of times I just wait, and a lot of looks will go away during the game. And I think today I just came out and was really aggressive within the offense, and I think it translated to the whole team. I mean, he's a big guy, physical guy who can guard a big, but they're big. There's no way that they can guard him. And so he's going to cause a lot of matchup problems all over the court and just get other people open looks. We just have to win games, and we can't let the games that we're supposed to win slip away. And that's what we did the last couple of weeks. We let too many slip away, and now we don't have any more time to let that happen. I'm Corey Higgins, CU Sports Mag, Athlete of the Week.
Here at CU Sports Mag, we've come down with a bit of Olympic fever and decided to research some of our own more prominent snow sports. We found some shocking statistics, which leads us to this week's trivia question. How many individual NCAA titles have members of the ski team won? We bet you won't be able to guess this one, so stay tuned for the answer later in the show.
Interesting. Well, after the break, we'll check in with Double Team, talking a little CU hoops.
And we'll look ahead at the weekend weather coming up on Sports Mag. Welcome back to Sports Mag. Up next, we have Double Team talking about the basketball highlights of the week.
Yeah, a little CU basketball from Russell and Luke. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to another edition of Double Team. I'm Luke Rosenmeyer, sitting alongside Russell Cunningham. We're going to talk about a little CU men's basketball this week. They've had a rough couple of weeks in the Big 12, but they did get a big home win against the Oklahoma Sooners this week. What did they do to get that done?
You know, there was a lot of energy in the building. It was exciting. They were running the Princeton offense to precision, and it was exciting to watch. They were moving off the ball. They were making plays. They were shooting to score, and that's something you really like to see. This Princeton offense is something that is very complicated and takes a lot of time to learn, but when you do off-the-ball cuts like Nate Tomlinson did right here, you're going to have success.
Nice pass.
That's beautiful. I mean, this is what you want to see from that offense. Here, Corey Higgins going down to the post position as a guard. Not often that happens. Cuts to the free throw line. Makes enough room with the pick. There's not a lot of room, as you see, but he makes enough room to get a shot off, and that's what you like to see. Transition also is where they're doing well.
Definitely. This is Relford getting a little one-on-one action. He's good with the ISO. He's a huge matchup problem at 6'7", and he's really athletic. In transition, though, Relford can also get those steals, and they just move the ball real nice, finishing it off with Corey Higgins here.
I mean, look at this. You have 4 guys running down the ball. That's 4-on-1. Dwight Thorne, the second, picks up the layup. That's beautiful. That's what you want to see. That's transition. That's running. That's hustling. That's what you do when you're playing good basketball and when you're playing well in the Big 12. And that's what you want to see. Yeah. You want to see hard work. You want to see them running the Princeton offense to score. David LaRose, who's our big-time basketball analyst, he's a lot better than I am, but he told me that they're actually running the offense and looking to shoot and score with like 15 seconds remaining on the clock, which means they have more of a chance to make things happen. And worst-case scenario, they bump it out to one of their stars, Rutherford, Higgins, or Burks, and he's doing an ISO play with 8 seconds to go. So these offensive possessions are really important, and it's something that they're starting to really pick up on, and especially in the Oklahoma game, they looked good.
Yeah, it's real tough to take care of those matchups when you've got Relford, Higgins, and Burks healthy. But do you think that trio is going to be able to get it done in the Fieldhouse this Saturday at number 1?
Well, let's see here. We're going to the Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas, playing 25-1 Kansas. No. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that they had a good play there. They looked good against Oklahoma. They have a chance to really go down the stretch and play some good basketball. However, Kansas almost stubbed their toe and went to overtime with us in the Coors Event Center. I don't see that game being very close. I think Kansas is really going to work hard to put us down early and not make it a ball game. But after Kansas, they still have some winnable games, 2 home games left. What do you think their outlook looks like for the rest of the Big 12?
Well, I think really it's going to come down to 2 things, rebounding and shooting. As of thus far, we haven't really done a great job of rebounding in the Big 12. Against Oklahoma, we managed to match them on the boards, and that's a big reason why we got that game in the bag. And then we live by the 3, we die by the 3 sometimes. When we're not getting in the paint, we're not getting those points down low, we really need to hit our 3s. And if people like Knutson and the bigs aren't knocking down those 3s, it's going to be really tough for us to make any progress in the conference.
I think that's right. I think that this team needs to really mind their possessions. They've lost an ungodly amount of games by single digits. And you know what? That is something that's easily fixed. Bzdelik is really preaching we need to focus on every possession, make the best we can out of it, and not throw away possessions. You start doing that, you score 5 more times in a game, all of a sudden that's 10 to 15 points, and all of a sudden you're on the board and you're playing in these entire games and you're leading, you're not down. So I think that's something that's very important, and I think that going down the stretch, going into the Big 12 tournament, they have a chance to be kind of a bracket buster. I think that this team could show up and kind of mess up a couple teams' bid to get into the big dance who are on the edge, and I think that could be something interesting to look for.
That's right. I mean, we know Coach Bzdelik is doing a great job with those players. That's all the time we've got for Double Team today. For Russell Cunningham, I'm Luke Rosenmeyer. We'll kick it back to the desk.
Thanks, guys. It's been a tough 3 seasons for wide receiver and junior-to-be Marquis Simus, and after redshirting the 2007 season, being ruled out academically ineligible in 2008, and finally suiting for the Buffs in 2009, bad luck has struck the whiteout again. Last Friday, Coach Hawkins suspended Simus immediately from the Buffs football squad for a violation of team rules. Police reports say officers pulled Simus over in his SUV early last Friday and that he had a breath alcohol concentration of 0.135. Coach Hawkins says this is obviously disappointing, but we are going to continue to emphasize our philosophy of excellence with class, and we will uphold our standards. It is unsure whether Simus will return to the practice field for spring ball, but as of now, the future looks dim for Colorado's big play wideout.
CU could be looking at annual football games against USC instead of Nebraska by 2012. Rumors are swirling that the Pac-10 conference is looking to expand to 12 members, and CU is being eyed as an attractive option. Athletic Director Mike Bone isn't saying much about the situation, other than any changes would probably wait until next summer, and that he has not been contacted by any conference. If CU packs up and heads west, the university would have to give 2 years' notice to the Big 12. The Pac-10 is considering expansion because 12-team conferences can schedule lucrative championship games.
Well, Colorado's coaching staff is now completely filled out for the 2010 season. Coach Dan Hawkins announced last week that Ashley Ambrose will replace the Arizona-bound Greg Brown as secondary coach. Ambrose, who spent the last season as the spent the last 2 years as defensive intern for the Buffs, brings a wealth of professional experience to the table. Ambrose spent 13 years in the NFL, earning All-Pro honors for the Bengals in 1996, and racking up career totals of 42 interceptions and 514 tackles. Hawkins said Ambrose has, quote, vast knowledge of the defensive back position, and he is very excited for him to start contributing his expertise.
Here at Sports Mag, we're continuing our series of profiles on freshman athletes. But before that, we'll be heading to weather.
Thanks, guys. Hi, I'm Rose Heapy here to give you your weekly update of the Sports Mag weather. It's going to be a nice snowy weekend here in Boulder, so if we take a look at our national weather map, we can see that we have a low pressure system coming over here around in Colorado. But as we can see, it's not going to be like last weekend where 49 out of 50 states have snow cover, because right here in Florida we have a high pressure system coming in, so they're definitely not going to be getting any snow this weekend. But if we look at Boulder, we're going to get some snow this weekend. So we have snow on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and things are going to start heating up with a nice little partly cloudy on Monday. We're going to have some highs in the upper to low 30s, so it's going to be a little chilly. Make sure you wear a nice scarf or a jacket. But take advantage of the snow for definitely, and head up to the ski slopes. If you're not looking for a far trip, go up to Eldora, where they got 1.5 inches of new snow accumulation with added to a 38-inch base depth, and they have 100% of the terrain open, so definitely going to get your money's worth. But we'll be a little chilly with the 5 to 15 mile per hour wind. If you're looking for a little longer trip, you can head up over to Keystone, where in the past 24 hours they got a 1-inch snow accumulation with a 37 base depth. And a lot of their runs are open as well, and with 19 out of 20 lifts open. So you're definitely going to get your money's worth if you head up to Keystone. Another place that's always fun and favorite for the students is Breckenridge, where they have 2 inches of new snow accumulation and it added to a base depth of 64 inches. So definitely a lot to do there. You can carve up those hills with a 99% terrain open. And most of their lifts are open as well. So definitely going to be a nice weekend to get out to hit the slopes. And if you want to head over to Vancouver, or should I say Vancouver, over in Whistler Blackcomb, because Lindsey Vonn did win the gold medal for alpine skiing. And over in Vancouver, they have a 27 degrees at the peak with 16-inch snow base. So definitely a lot for our Olympians to handle and carve up. So going to be nice visibility up there. And so good luck to our Olympians, and I hope they have a good weekend.
Thanks a lot, Sam. Here at Sports Mag, we're continuing our series of freshman profiles, and this week we have 6'7" forward from CU, Keegan Hornbuckle.
I really like the players on the team. I got along with all of them really well, and at the other schools I didn't really feel the same connection that I did with the kids on this team, and with the coaches too. I like to get out and push it in transition, and probably just style of play is just running when I can and cutting. Just hang out. I have a couple friends here from high school, so just hang out with them. That usually takes my mind off that.
Favorite place to eat?
I don't really have a favorite place. I kind of like all the places.
We're going to have that trivia answer coming up.
Yeah, and after that, we'll hit the streets for an Olympic update coming up on CU Sports Mag.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Hopefully you weren't too distracted with visions of powder while researching the answer to this trivia question. And in case you were, here's a refresher. How many individual NCAA titles have members? Hopefully you weren't the ski team won. And the answer is 78. Don't act like you're not impressed, because it's pretty impressive.
And now we'll be taking it to our man on the street this week.
Yeah, a little bit of a Olympic update from Josh out there. So let's see what he came back for us.
It's only fitting to be talking about the Winter Olympics with the snow coming down right now. So we're about to head inside to the UMC to talk to several students about the action taking place in Vancouver. Have you been paying attention at all to the Olympics right now?
I have not. Yeah, I've been watching pretty much every night. Got some friends competing, so.
Is there any particular event that you want to watch over any other event right now?
I just read an article by Rick Riley about curling, and actually I'd like to watch some curling.
I used to be a Paris figure skater, so I know pretty much the whole U.S. team and some of the other international skaters.
Can you tell me some Americans that are participating in Vancouver?
Right now? Yeah, Lindsey Vonn, downhill skier, Ted Ligety, also an alpine skier, Shaun White, snowboarder, Paula Ono, speed skater.
I got nothing. Amanda Bora and Mark Ladwig, Shaun White, obviously, Lindsey Vonn, Katie Denny and Jeremy Barrett. There's that white guy who just won snowboarding thing.
With the exception of some, it's no surprise that the Winter Olympics has received this much attention on campus. With a week and a half to play and a snowy weekend ahead, I expect more of an Olympic buzz here on campus. For CU Sports Mag, I'm Josh Rising.
Thanks, Josh. Sports Mag is spending a lot of time with freshmen recently, helping you get to know our faces on the campus and on the hardwood. We caught up with Brenna Malcolm Peck to find out about having a twin sister on the team and her decision to choose CU.
Brenna Malcolm Peck, number 24, Boulder, Colorado. I think we always knew that we wanted to stay in state, so it was fairly easy when it came down to it. So yeah, just our family was here and amazing programs. Well, we always planned on going together. I don't think we ever thought of not going together, and we were lucky, and most places recruited us together. So, I mean, I don't know what would have happened if that didn't work that way. I study a lot, and we like to go out to dinner, movies. We have a couple friends that stayed in state, so we'll hang out with friends and like to hang out with the family a lot.
Well, that was pretty interesting.
It certainly was.
Lots of snow this weekend. CU versus Kansas on Saturday, 1 o'clock. Big game. Took them to overtime.
Oh, I know. I'm headed up to Keystone myself, so that weather report was great to know.
Well, that should be good. Well, for Sam Holt, I'm Andrew Tomasini, and this is CU Sports Mag. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.